Bison Band. I wanted to welcome you to a new enrichment challenge for you. Now, enrichment, again, means that this is something where this is not a graded activity, so this should be something that you do after you get your tone-savvy work done if you'd like to continue. So this is something you can choose to do, but not something that's required for your grade. Now, the weekly arcade challenges. I'm picking games online, and I'm challenging you to beat my score. And if I get a bunch of these in, I will go ahead and make an online leaderboard. I'll post the results of this. Now, here's how you play. This week we're playing HoopShoot, and I picked this game because I really miss sports, and I picked a sports game so that I get at least a chance to play something sports-wise. Now, I will tell you that I am definitely not the greatest basketball player in the world, but you don't have to be to play this game. So this is the welcome screen, and I'm going to pick one player, and I'm going to put in Mr. Luddington right here. Now, for skill level, this is going to determine not necessarily how hard the questions are, but when you get a chance to shoot the basketball, it's going to make it more challenging and make you have to be more accurate there. Because I'm not a very good basketball player, I'm going to stick with rookie mode for now. And I love that the starting uniform for our player is already in Beechwood colors, so we're going to leave that because I want to play with our school colors on today. So, moving on, when you go to play, this is a rhythm game, and in order to be able to shoot the basketball, you have to correctly identify the question right here. Now, some of these are going to be just asking you about a specific note value. Some of them are going to get into a little bit of music math, and we'll hopefully see some of those too. So a whole note, how many beats? I'm going to go ahead and answer 4. Now, because I answered correctly, I get to move my player somewhere outside the 3-point line. And now I'm using my cursor. I'm going to try to click to stop the moving red ball when it's in the green part here in the center. So all I have to do is click and click. Hey! I made it. Now, the higher up your difficulty level, the closer to the center of that you have to freeze it. Okay, so a dotted half note receives how many beats? I'm going to go ahead and say that that receives 3 beats because a half note gets 2, dot adds half the value. That's 3. I get to shoot again. Here we go. And in we go. Okay, going on. Now, here's one of the math questions. 1 quarter note, that is 1 beat, plus 1 quarter note, that is also 1 beat, equals how many beats? That's 1 plus 1. So think about it in terms of how many beats each note gets, and then put it in terms of the math question. Okay, let's move over here. And, oh no. Hey! Barely. Okay, then the next one is 2 quarter notes, that is 2 beats, plus 2 eighth notes, that is 1 beat total, because each of those is half a beat, equals how many beats? 2 plus 1 equals 3. If you are outside that circle, you're going to miss. But that was my first one so far. I'm still feeling pretty good here. 2 eighth notes, which is 1 beat total, plus 1 quarter note is 1 beat total. So we're at 2 right now, minus 1 half note. Ooh. So it's 2 beats minus 2 beats equals 0. And let's try that. There we go. And keeping on going here. 1 whole note. You're going to notice the questions are going to get more challenging as you get further in. 1 whole note, that is 4 beats, plus 1 quarter note, that is 1 beat. So right now we're at 5. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 2 eighth notes, that is also 1 beat. So now we're at 6. 4 plus 1 is 6, minus 1 half note, that is minus 2. So 6 minus 2 is 4. Yes. Okay, so now we're getting into multiplication. You notice here, when something's in parentheses, you'll see multiplied by and then they put a little X right there. So 1 whole note, which is 4, plus 1 quarter note is 5. So 5 multiplied by 3 quarter notes. That's 5 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15. And let's go from here. Yay! What is 1 quarter note? That is 1 beat multiplied by 1 quarter note. So it's 1 times 1 here. We know from our rules multiplying by 1. 1 multiplied by a number is always that number. In this case, 1 times 1 just means 1. Plus 4 quarter notes. 1 plus 4 is 5. Oh no. Ew. Okay. Whew. What is 1 half note, which is 2 beats, multiplied by 1 whole note? So 2 times 4 is 8. And then we're going to minus 2 eighth notes, which is 1. So it's 8 minus 1 is 7. Yes! And there's one more question. Let's see. What is 8 quarter notes, which is 8 beats, multiplied by 1 half note, which is 2 beats? So it's 8 times 2. That's 16 is the first part of this, minus 4 16th notes. So 16 minus, and then 16th notes, by the way, for those who haven't encountered those yet, Hilltop, this is probably you. There is in the resources, there is a rhythm sheet that explains this. 16th notes are each equal to a quarter of a beat. So 4 of them together is 1 beat total. So it's 8 quarter notes, it's 8, multiplied by 1 half note, that's 2. So that's 16 minus 1 is 15. And it's my last shot. Yes! Okay, now what I want to do here, and I'm going to have a Google form as a part of this. And what you do is I'm going to use my screenshot, and I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And then I'm going to go and put that into that Google form. And then based on these screenshots, I will make a leaderboard so I can show you who our highest scores are. Now, I kept it on the rookie mode, but if you're feeling adventurous, you can jump it up to the 2 harder difficulty levels. And hey, remember that you make sure you do your tone savvy before you take on this challenge. But good luck. See if you can beat my score.